What do you keep doing? Why you keep going?
I'm just settling in. You know, I think sometimes people like it when you're just kind of like quiet.
You said what?
When you're just kind of quiet.
Yeah.
And you're just, people listen to the podcast and they're like, oh, you know, there's some atmosphere.
What? Atmosphere.
Yeah.
I guess.
So, do you think you're big shit now?
What you mean?
That's right. I'm coming at you heavy. Easy.
Do I think I'm big shit?
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means. Like, what does it mean to be big shit?
Damn, I didn't think about it that through.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, do I think I'm big shit?
Do you think you're hot shit?
Hot shit?
Yo, let me tell you how I was like, I love trying to look through Wayno's tweets, right? And I go and I'm like his profile picture changed. What the fuck happened? And it's his fucking it's his billboard in Times Square.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're connected with Wayno.
Yes.
That's fire, yo.
Yeah, man.
That's fire.
I don't think I'm big shit or hot shit. I think I'm the shit though.
Yeah.
I'm the shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I feel confident when I get up. I tell myself every day, whoever they, you know how people say they, like they don't want you to win. They. I be like, these, like they can't fuck with me.
Yeah.
Whoever they is, they can't fuck with me. But I build up on my confidence. Like, yeah, I mean, I had to make that the Avi for a little bit. You feel me? Like,
for a little bit. I get it though.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's cool, but it's just like,
don't say kind of cool.
No, it's because look, I don't know. So when things like this happen, I know people like jump and get ecstatic and all that other shit. Like, I don't feel like that. I don't feel like that. Like, the best part of that yesterday was my daughters went and they both filmed it.
Oh, they filmed it?
Yeah,
oh, that's so
my
nice.
daughters went and filmed it. But like, other than that, bro, like, it's cool. Like, shit like this for me is cool. You wanna know why? Because I got work to do.
Yeah.
I got work to do. So like,
this is just setting the bar higher.
That's really not for me. That's for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is for everybody else. Me, I gotta go do the work. So let me go do the fucking work. You know what I mean?
I mean, you're about, well, you already hit 40. No, you're about to hit 40.
No, I'm not about to hit 40. I'll be 40 next year.
So you're about to hit 40.
I'll be 39 in December. Next year in 2022 of December, right before 2023 hits, I'll be 40.
All right, well, in almost a year, you'll be 40. 2 years.
2 years, I'll be 40.
All right, so you just got, is this your first billboard in Times Square?
No, it's actually... Well, technically,
solo,
yes.
Solo.
No, yes. This is my first billboard
solo
in Times Square. The other billboard, I was a part of Ahead Money, which is an online banking system, and they had a billboard with like a few of the people who were involved. Me, Karen Civil, my homegirl Ivy Rivera, a few other people. Hey,
shout out to Ivy. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was on that. But like, yeah, this is the first Wayno by himself. Wayno doing some. As a matter of fact, let me pop some shit, man. I did it like, you know what feels good about this though? That's not nobody else shit but mine.
It's not.
You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not knocking nobody else and people who do things together and all that. But that's me off of my name. That's what feels good about
it's your photo.
It's me off
twice.
of my name. Yeah,
and your name there twice.
Yeah, my dad's name.
Like your father's name. Yo, actually, you said that yesterday and that hit me.
Yeah,
I was we were talking to somebody. Yeah. Oh, our previous guest.
Yeah, our previous guest.
Yeah, Ray. Yeah,
Ray. We can say it.
Yeah,
Ray.
Yeah. And that hit me when you said that. You were like, you know, that's like, it's not that it's just my name. It's my father's name that's up there.
Yeah,
and that I could tell meant a lot to you.
Hell yeah, that mean a lot because my father would have been going crazy. Yo, my pops would have been wilding.
Probably is.
He'd have been wilding, man.
Seen that shit. That shit is big, son. He's seen that.
Yeah, I mean, like, bro, it's just when I see that shit, I'm just like, wow. But you know what? I'm just happy my kids see that.
Yeah. Because
that's what my daughter put up. She put on her story, y'all father's not on billboards in Times Square.
I feel that. You know what I mean? I feel that.
Yeah, I mean, but it's cool. It's for me, but it's really for everybody else to see. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's an interesting thing. It's like there's the glorifying of success where it comes to things like this. It's like, you know, I want my name on billboards and etc. Yeah. But, you know, there's just so much I'm sure you had to do.
Yeah.
And this wasn't even part of what you were trying to get.
That's the last thing I think about. I don't think about shit like that. You know what I mean? I don't, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't I don't know. Like, I think that there's like this general feeling of what people are supposed to feel or how they're supposed to act or react when they see something like this. Like, a lot of people go and they take a picture in front of it, which is cool. I mean,
100%.
I don't think I'm going to. You know what I mean? Like
You should do it for your own camera reel.
I mean, cool, but like I don't really.
I mean, at least go see it for yourself,
bro. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't care. Shouts out to Amazon in rotation. I'm not Amazon Music in rotation. I'm not gonna say I don't care. It's not that.
Yeah.
It's just that, bro. I'm not. That's not me. I don't take selfies. You know what I mean? Like,
nah, don't go take a selfie. Go see it though. I think you're
it's
deserving
supposed to rain
of
over
that.
the next 2 days. I don't think I'm going.
Even better, yo. There will be nobody there.
Nah, I'm not going. I'm not standing in no
And
fucking rain.
in your off-white poncho and
Nah, I'm not standing in no fucking rain,
boots.
bro. For myself, for a picture of myself.
That's kind of weird, huh?
Yeah. I think that people who have screensavers of themselves are weird.
I feel like that used to be like a 2000s thing.
No,
like,
people
on your
still do
flip phone
that.
and
Like,
shit.
people have screen. I feel like anybody, like, if you open up your computer, and
Anybody
it's your face,
or women.
women.
Yeah, I mainly see women do that.
Yeah, they weird for
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
They weird for that.
But what do you think it is though? It's like, damn, I look so good on my own wallpaper. Like, what is?
I think that you should like to see yourself. Like, that's
Right,
cool.
we're not
like,
joshing
but
the
I
confidence.
I don't feel right looking at myself every time I open up my phone.
Yeah, I can't.
Like, that looks crazy. Like, you know what I mean?
My screensaver is either one of two things: either my own mother or a girl I'm dating at the time.
For real?
One of those two, or my
It's
own
usually
or from
my kids, or like one time I had it as Kobe on some dunk, but this was before he passed.
Oh my god,
This was before he passed.
I used to have the Kawhi Toronto shot as my wallpaper.
Oh, when it was like this?
That is a fire ass picture.
Nah,
yo.
that picture is dope.
But
that's like
backtracking a little bit, right? Okay, so you're 40 in 2 years, right? I mean, I'm sure you didn't see some shit like that for yourself 10 years ago.
Last year.
I'm sure you could have seen yourself for
last
it.
year.
Not even last year.
Not even last year. Not even 6 months ago.
And I'm not talking about the success. I'm talking about
No,
just
billboard. Not
billboard.
even 6 months ago, bro. Beginning of the year. We in the 7th month of the year.
What do you think if you went back in time on some weird shit and you went to yourself and you were like, first of all, that'd be funny as hell. 2 Waynos in one room would be a lot.
Have you been watching Loki?
No.
I can't even talk to
I know,
you, man.
I'm sorry.
Yo,
I'm sorry.
listen, for all
know.
our listeners that want me to talk about Loki, blame Eddin because he hasn't watched the shit. He hasn't finished watching it.
I promise you, we will have this Loki conversation and it's going to be a high-key conversation.
What you were saying if I could go back and talk to myself?
You go talk to yourself and you're like, yo.
I don't want to talk to myself. Well, I
for
talk to
nothing?
myself already. I don't want to.
That's natural.
Huh?
You talking to yourself?
I talk to myself all the time.
Yeah,
out
sure.
loud.
What do you mean?
Out loud. Like, if I'm in the car, I talk like it's somebody in the car. To me. But I don't say shit to myself and answer it.
Like you don't talk in third person.
No.
Wait, no,
But
don't do that.
But I talk like I'll be driving. I'll be like, yo, you know what? Like, bro, I don't know how to not do that. I've been doing that since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't like, that's the only way I can rationalize like my thinking.
Yeah.
Is by talking to myself. Like, before I ask, if I'm doing something, going through something, whatever, before I like make a decision, but before I call anybody else to make a decision, I talk to myself first.
I think you were telling
Out
me
loud.
about that when you were a kid. Well, did you do that when you were a kid and you were going to church and stuff? Did you also
Going
talk
to
to yourself
what?
at that point?
I didn't go to church when I was a kid.
Not church, but where were you going?
Synagogue.
The synagogue. There you go.
No, I didn't. Not then. I used to talk to them, bro. I didn't have no brothers or sisters when
Right.
I was a little kid.
Right.
So like, I used to talk to my teddy bears.
Oh, okay.
I
That's
used to
what
talk
it
to
was.
I had. My mom still got these shits. I had this one teddy bear named Boo Boo. It was like this bear that like it came with a story that he tried to go in a fucking a beehive and got stung up and shit. So he had like a cast on and all that shit.
Oh.
I had this one, and I had another one named Freddie.
Okay.
Boo Boo and Freddie. And I used to.
Freddie.
Yeah, Freddie was just red. I think that's why my favorite color was red. Is red because of Freddie.
Mhm.
But yeah, I used to talk to them. I would talk to them. Like I talked to them I had them for a long time, bro. Up until I think I stopped talking to them when I was like 10.
Damn.
Yeah, I was
10.
Yeah, bro. Like till I was like around like 9, no, like around like 8 or 9-ish, around that time. I think around like 4th grade is when I stopped talking to them, and then like I started talking to myself.
Our childlike wonder and imagination is kind of insane now you think about it, you know?
It's not.
I mean, did you ever give them voices?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
I didn't. But I think when I was talking to them, I was talking to myself.
Yeah.
But I would make believe
They were
like
real.
that they was somebody I could talk to, but I was really talking to myself.
Yeah,
but I don't think that like your childhood, because I imagine shit all day. Like I daydream. You don't daydream?
Oh, yeah, of course.
I'm talking about like, bro. I sit like yesterday. I got home. I was in the house by myself. I didn't even turn no TV on or nothing. I just sat there for like an hour, just doing nothing, just just sitting there.
I need one of those.
Huh?
I haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, bro. That's what I like to drive a lot. Like I really like to drive. I went like this because I drive with my left hand. But,
I did that.
I'm not doing it again. It looks sus. But, but I drive with my left hand. But yeah, I drive. I like long drives because like two things I get out of long drives is like accomplishment and it gives me time to think.
Yeah.
Like I think a lot when I drive. So it's like I don't mind. Like it's like all right, this is this far. I'll be like all right, cool. Like you know, I only don't like driving when somebody asks me to do something for them. Like.
What I was gonna ask you was that like let's say okay so let's go 10 years back in fact, right? So what 28-year-old Wayno?
2011.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, 2011. Let's say 2011 Wayno. You go back in time. You tell 2011 Wayno, yo, crazy shit. Check this out. Amazon is not only gonna give you a deal to interview amazing artists and talk music, but you're also gonna have this crazy billboard with your name on it and your face on it, and it's just gonna be you. What do you think 28-year-old Wayno would say?
First of all, I'm gonna be bugging the fuck out that there's another me talking to me. Let's just talk about this in rational terms. If a me comes to me, I'm not jacking that. That's one. That's gonna be crazy. The world is a different place if that can happen. Then secondly, I mean, I wouldn't believe it, man. So look, you know that when.
Mind you, this is not even the end.
So when we talk about right, it's not. But when we talk on Hear Me Out and we're talking to like, you know, our listeners, our supporters, I try to make sure that I say things that are encouraging because I never set out for none of these types of things to happen, right? But what I always want people to understand is that like you don't even have to have a plan. Like for real, like you just have to just do something towards whatever it is you want to do every day. Yeah. Like just every day, just do something towards it. And your plan sometimes is God's plan, right? Not to be cliche, but like there's other people who are part of your plan. So you have to go out and fucking seek, right? You have to go out and seek. You have to find things. It's like your life is like a fucking basically an Easter egg hunt, right? Like your life is like a hunt and you're just gathering up shit that you're going to need along the way. So along the way, I'm gathering knowledge. I'm gathering friendships. I'm gathering information, which is knowledge, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I'm gathering experiences. And as you gather all of these things, you'll figure out things to do. But like, I know people think that like there's this master plan, and I'm not saying that it isn't. I'm just saying like don't think that because
goals.
Yeah, it's goals, but don't think that because you don't have like you might have a goal to be successful, right? But you don't know what you want to do. Don't think that because you don't have like the thing that you want to do that you're not gonna hit your mark or it's never gonna happen. You'll find that shit along the way. You feel me? Like you'll find that shit along the way.
I think the term that was always interesting to me while growing up was catching a break.
Catch the break?
Like my big break.
Oh, a big break.
Like my break. I was like, what the fuck does that like? All I thought was for when I was a kid was like, oh, like that's like I made it somewhere. But the break means like it doesn't mean like an actual. It means like yo, like I get to maybe breathe for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
But shit's gonna go even up from here.
But do you think? So I don't believe that there's this such thing as making it. I don't believe that because I feel.
Well, by the time you're there, it probably doesn't seem like it.
But see, but that's perception based on a person that feels they're not at your level.
Yeah.
Of success, right? Which success is all objective, right? Like you can feel successful just by writing down a goal and accomplishing it one by one, right?
Yeah.
Like
just alone with that. I love that you said that. Just alone with that, I think.
Just alone, just writing them down, like getting it out of you. Yeah. Like a lot of times, like even talking to somebody about your goals and meetings. I don't think that people think that making it is like this final level, right? Where you get to like this nice massive house and these cars and all these happy children and all this nice jewelry and all these nice
and then
clothing.
Your family dog is here.
That's material shit, bro. Possessions can always be attained and taken away. Like that's not success. Those is tangible. Those are items. You know what I mean? Items. A fire could fucking get rid of all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh man,
a fucking a monsoon of a tsunaami could get rid of all of that.
An earthquake.
A hurricane could get rid of all of that, right? So that's not success, right? So what is success gauged by? Is success. That's why I don't believe there's this mark of making it, because you're always, every time you feel like you made it somewhere,
there's always like, another place though.
But it's also subjective to the person, right? Because for me, like, I'm not gonna say that BillBoard ain't shit, but it ain't shit to me, for real.
It's not, I mean, it's not your end all be all.
It ain't shit to me. Yeah. Like, I love it, but it ain't shit. That shit is a picture. You know what I mean? And it's cool.
A big fucking picture.
It's a big picture. That's cool, but like, I'm not married to that.
Yeah, because if this shit is gone by tomorrow, you're still you.
It's only gonna be up for like 2 more days. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not there forever. But the thing about it is like, a lesson I learned, and I learned this very early in my music career, that like, if you get caught up on your win, and you can't see the next, you can't even like foresee the next one. Because if like, all right, I did this, and then like all you do is like, it's just this, it's just this, right? Then you're like, how do you grow from that? I'm asking you, how do you grow from that?
Damn. I mean, I think grabbing onto the smaller wins helps a lot. Mm-hmm. There is no end goal. And what I've thought since you mentioned about making it, it's all comparable. You know, it's like, I'm making it compared to blah or you, to whoever's around me. Yeah. And I think that's where there's an issue there that I agree with you. Because you're like, oh, I made it. But what's I made it? Who is I made it? What is it? Does that make sense?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. There is no, because, I mean,
because it made it means it's like, oh, right? I want to be like somebody.
Yeah. This study's like shit on this, right? Like, I've seen shit where, you ever seen those mazes that they put like rats through and shit?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay,
there's like cheese and shit.
But you'll see how like there's some of them will be happy that they got to the cheese, but then there's other ones that's like, they'll get to it and then like they want more. Right. So it's like, think about that in the context of being a human, or that analogy in the context of being a human, right? It's like, okay, for me, I'm more focused on the conception of things. Because by the time people see the result, it's already done. Like, I already knew what was going to happen. Yeah. Everybody else is finding it out. But I'm happy of the process, right? Like, so the process of going through things, the process of elimination, the process of like growth, you know, because you ever started an idea and by the time you get a little bit deep into it, you like, I've been doing this all wrong.
Yeah.
Right?
Bad time.
But that's the process of growth. Yeah. Because it's like, okay, but it's some people that can't see that. It's some people that go through that and say, by the time they figure out or they feel like they're doing it wrong, they like, I just won't do it. I'm more on to the keep trying. You know what helped me a lot with that, yo? Video games, bro. Yeah. When I was a kid, because like,
I see that.
There was no memory cards when I was a kid. So you had to like, by the time you get to a certain level, you gotta.
Yo, don't come on, you can't show your age like that.
No, I can show my age. Everybody knows my age. I'm not ashamed of my age. I'm not like.
You had to put the code in.
Well, yeah, they had codes and shit, but I didn't play with codes. Yeah. Like for me, I don't. That's like when I play. Anytime I play video game, like just at NBA 2K for instance, I never picked the fucking best team in the NBA.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Because you get advantages just by having that team.
Right.
There's advantages that you have. I like to pick the team that might not be so good to play the better team. I like to be the person that's like, I like the challenge. Like,
and then your my player is catching all the stats.
I don't play that.
You don't play my player?
Nah, I don't play.
All right, you do teams. You just like
my player shit is. I mean, it's cool, but like, I don't have enough friends that do that to play it. Like,
do you like? And this is we're going off in a tangent of what we were really talking about, right. Because I really want to ask you about this for 2K. Right. So 2K for the last like 3 2Ks, they started doing like the tiers shit.
I hate that shit.
Yeah.
I hate for the last 4 ones. So yes and no. I like tiers. I do like tiers, but I think that tiers eliminates the person who enjoys the challenge. So for me, like when it wasn't tiers, I think the last time it was tiers was like 2K18. My team was the Washington Wizards that had John Wall, Bradley Beal, Kelly Oubre,
And,
But I think they had
what were they?
Marcus Morris and Gortat, right?
Todd, there you go.
And it was one team that had when Paul Pierce went there, right?
Mhm.
So I had got so good with that Washington team. I don't give a fuck who you pick. But I like that. I like the fact that like I could have like everybody goes to get LeBron in them, right? Everybody go get LeBron, everybody go get the Warriors, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna run over, and I would challenge that. So I don't like I don't like the tier system because first I don't like the fact that you could play somebody with the same team. I feel like you should have the
that's whack
option.
as fuck.
Yeah, I hate playing somebody with the same team, but if you quit out of that, then you get an L.
Right.
Right? But I like if I feel like, all right, the Cleveland Cavaliers now, who don't got much, if I'm good enough, I can take on somebody with the Brooklyn Nets because that's how it is in basketball.
Yeah.
Excuse me, like any given moment, you could fucking win the game.
Momentum can shift.
So that's what I enjoy. But I think that that's a mental thing about myself where like I like the fight. I don't like the fastest way. Like in my career in music, had I the easy way out would have been to do people dirty in music.
Now, let me ask this because I feel like it's almost self-destructive.
What?
I don't think there has to be a struggle. Struggle is a whole different word and concept, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like there has to be a lot of work to be done in order to achieve success?
Yes and no. I feel like even without struggle, there's still work.
But struggle, I wouldn't even use the word struggle because I feel like people see struggle as not even hard. You see, those go hand in hand.
Right.
I'm talking about the process because you don't have to struggle to make this shit happen.
Well, yeah, I mean, so I always view that, right? Like I always viewed that as like me living in the hood, right? Like living in the hood, I always felt like people, when you live in the hood, you assume that everybody who lives in the suburbs or everybody that lives like in a higher class than you, that they have no struggles that they face,
right,
or they have no hardships, or they have nothing that they go. I feel like that's inevitable. No matter how good things are for you, you're still gonna go through things that are gonna challenge you, right? No matter how much money you have, because just think about health, right? Health is the only thing that can throw a wrench in the middle of anything. Anything. No matter how good, like no matter all these things I could be doing or anybody else could be doing, if you find out you sick, your ass got to sit down.
Yeah.
And you got to get better.
Yeah.
There's nothing you could do about that. That's just the way shit works, right? Now, I feel like in order to be successful, no, I don't feel like you have to go through some negative shit. Because when we say struggle, we always associate it with some negative.
And that's what I'm saying.
It's a negative connotation over the word struggle.
Right.
I don't think that struggle is always negative. Or hardship is always negative. I think that sometimes hardship or struggle comes in the form of a challenge. But see, I think the space that I think in, and I'm not saying like I'm not trying to start a cult where I want everybody to adapt what I think.
Yeah.
But I do feel like
the Waynos.
The Waynos. I call it the progressives, right?
Oh yeah, the progressives, yes.
But I do feel like if people would accept the fact that struggle or hardships are inevitable with anything you do, then they would get further a little bit easier. Because it's really hard to kind of take in that, all right, I want this path or I want to get to this destination that is just going to be, we would love it to be straight all the way through, right?
Right.
But that's not what life is. Mm. But people still want, like, with knowing that, people still want it to be that. So every time I go through an obstacle, I'm like, I don't get mad. I just be like, all right, fuck it. Mm-hmm. Like, what is it? Like, so the other day, my, funeral's like a motherfucker. Yeah. My godmother passed away, right?
My condolences.
So my godmother passed away, and I went to her funeral, and my mom was there, and my mom looked at me and she said, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to have to do this no more. And I said, if only we were in charge of that. You know what I mean? Like, if only we could say that. I can't say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I because as long as we continue to live, we're gonna lose people. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, it's not about it's not necessarily about like the pain that we go through. It's just the understanding that you move forward. You keep moving forward.
Right.
You have to move forward. There's nothing but to move forward. You have to move forward. And so many like people get caught up in the fuck that. I'm gonna just do something else. Like you can't run from.
Yeah, I feel like you can for a while.
Yeah, but it's like, all right.
It's like I've tried to be the jack of all trades at one point, and that
master of none.
And then you're a master of none. And I feel like it's a double-sided thing. A double-edged sword.
My sister, who I'm gonna call her today because I haven't spoken to her in a minute. Angela.
Look at that. Oh, cool.
Yee.
Yeah.
That's one of my like in the industry, people don't consider like for you to be able to have friends and make friends. You can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you can definitely make friends. And Angela Yee has been a friend, like a real friend. That's why I call her my sister.
Yeah.
You know, to me. Every time I needed advice, she's been there for me. And there was a point where I was going through the same thing. I felt like so stuck. I was doing all, and I was saying, I wasn't really doing, I was saying, yeah, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And I had like 5 things I was saying I was gonna do, and I was only doing 2, and I was only doing 1 kind of good. But all the rest was like in limbo. And she said, all you need to do is do 1 thing really good. If you do 1 thing really good, all the other things that you want to do will open up. You'll be in a position to do all these other things if you just, she said, but put all that other shit to the side.
Right.
You know what you're good at? Do that. Do that shit good, and I promise you, anything else that you want to do will open up. And I was like, okay. You know what I mean? That gave me a little bit of perspective.
Some clarity.
Because you can't, it's like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, like that's why I don't, and I'm not knocking nobody who get high and nobody who drink or nothing, but that's not how I deal with my problems.
Yeah.
Because your problem's still gonna be there.
I mean, not that you're saying this, but obviously not everybody who drinks and whatever has problems.
Yeah, but a lot of people, I'm saying,
it's not a weird coping mechanism, but it does bring me interest into wondering how.
It's the biggest coping mechanism.
Yeah.
A lot of
substance abuse.
Listen, one of Nas's greatest songs, AZ's hook, life's a bitch and then you die. That's why we get high, because you never know when you're gonna go, right? But how long can you get high?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you still gonna have to go. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is like, for me, I look at it from this context. It's like, yeah, it's people who do shit for recreation. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the people who try to run or drown their sorrows in
the coping mechanism.
Coping mechanism, right? It's like, okay, after you get twisted, you're gonna feel better because you're getting twisted or getting high or whatever. But once that shit dies down, right? Once it dies down, you still back at square one.
Sometimes you even feel worse.
Yeah, I mean, your body's gonna feel worse.
Yeah, I mean, like the withdrawal. Like I was just telling you, like I came. Well, I'm not even hungover, but I was definitely drinking a lot yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. And this is.
I had a drink recently.
You had a drink recently? Whoa, hold on, never mind. I need to hear this.
No, go ahead, finish.
Nah, because I want to know why you had a drink.
I was watching.
Not that you wouldn't drink.
Yeah.
You'll have a drink in a social.
No, but you know what it is? I got mad. I got mad looking at my house and no drink, right?
I believe that.
So I was watching, what the fuck was I watching? I was watching something and somebody had a bottle of Hypnotic.
Oh my God. No, you did not drink Hypnotic.
Listen. I was like, yo, somebody had a bottle of Hypnotic, and I was like, I want to drink some Hypnotic. And I remembered that BET sent me a bottle of Hypnotic.
Oh yes, for the verses, right? Oh no,
it was for BET Awards. It was like
BET Awards, yes.
I think it was last year.
Wow, I've never seen people have that shit.
Yeah, it was last year because they said it was like this 2000 theme thing, and they sent me a Sean John velour suit.
Yo,
and they sent me a bottle of Hypnotic, and I was like, I got some Hypnotic, right?
Oh.
So I went downstairs, I cracked the bottle, I drank some Hypnotic, and it wore off. And I only had I drank like this much.
I was gonna say you probably get a quick buzz now because you don't really.
Yeah, drink. And then I did. Yeah, I didn't drink anymore.
You didn't make no Incredible Hulks.
Hell no, I'm not drinking that. That shit is wild.
You know that is not not to say I'm like young, but
right.
That is not a drink of my generation.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember
it's a drink that birthed a lot of
it birthed a lot of my generation.
Right.
And we had that shit. I was like, how the fuck did y'all drink this shit?
Yeah, bro. They was drinking Henny with the
Henny. Henny by itself I'll have.
Yeah,
but the Hypnotic is a whole different game.
Yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie, man. Like, you know what it is? I think drinking for me, like, I think it might have been like my 25th birthday. I got so fucked up. I'm talking about, I was fucked up. I ate one of them shish kebabs and threw the whole shit up that night. And then the next day when I don't even know how I got home. I think my best friend just dropped me on the door, right?
That's street meat, ain't it? Pause.
Right. Street meat, pause, right? But you know what's the best remedy to like being fucked up? Being ass naked on the bathroom floor.
Damn, yeah.
Bro, that shit feels like the best thing. But you know the reason why I slowed down on my drinking like after my 25th, 26th birthday was because it was like, bro, I don't like the way I feel the next day. Like once you pass 25, your body start, you know,
I
you're 26,
know.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, your body start being different.
I do bar life, so it doesn't affect me as much.
Yeah.
I think people drink wrong is my thing.
Yeah.
Like
I used to drink to get drunk.
21, which is understandable.
When you're young,
When you're young, definitely. Especially when you're like 18 plus, you know, that's normal. I had 4 Locas when I was 18. Undoubtedly.
Yeah, I never
Not the best idea.
Before.
If I do that now, that is I'm gonna just like feel like shit the next day, and that's not worth it. I do a lot of straight liquor.
Yeah.
You know? And that's just because like I'm a bigger dude. I could have that.
Yeah, I like straight liquor too.
You know,
I like wine. I want to build a wine cellar.
Wine is
I'm gonna build a wine cellar in my house.
I've been drinking some wine. I'm trying before Chris fucks me up. I've been drinking more wine than beer. I don't want to. I'm trying to cut those carbs.
What's going on in the world right now?
A lot, Wayno. A lot's going on in the world. Wait, actually, before we even hit about what's going on in the world, let me just read 2 of your
shout some people out.
Some podcast reviews.
We got a lot of 5 stars, man.
We do have a lot of 5 stars.
You know what I mean? Let's
and then
clap
like
it
just
up
a little bit of 4, which is
that's cool. Listen, a 4 is a 5, depending on how you feel that day.
There is one from Kimmy Smalls, not related to Biggie. Wayno, hear me out. Right, my first podcast review, but my husband was the one who told me to give Wayno's podcast a try and got hooked since episode 1. Wayno is a very intelligent and knowledgeable man and still keeps it real. This would mean the world if you could give my husband Mark a shout out. He is a fan of yours and your journey.
Shout out to Mark.
Hey, shout out to Mark.
Kimmy, shout out to Mark and Kimmy and their union, man. I appreciate y'all.
She got y'all. Hold on, we got one last one. Oh, I thought this was funny to me. Balenciaga Bandit, which I feel like I did read this, but maybe I'll reread it. Who cares?
I didn't see it.
Only 14 episodes in, and you and Edwin quickly became one of my favorite podcasters. I can only imagine what it's going to be like 100 episodes in. Wow. This is 17.
So, should we let them know what's going to happen after 20?
No.
Okay.
We'll tell them at 19.
We'll tell them at 19.
At 19
all right, we'll let them know.
At 19, and then 20 is going to be great. And
we'll let you know. We'll let you know. All right, cool.
All right, wait, no, I wanted actually to before we even really hit what's in the world.
Yeah.
I wanted to go through some of your tweets because I feel like I have not done that in a long time.
Did I say some dumb shit?
I don't think you said some dumb shit.
Okay.
But let me tell you something. That clip of you, shout out to Too Cool to Blog.
Yeah.
Shout out to them that they put out that clip of you talking about having either dinner with Jay-Z or $1 million.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I would 100% still
we ain't
take
having no
that
dinner with no
$1
fucking
million.
Jay-Z. No money. If money's on the line.
What, say it again?
I said if money's on the line, we're not having no dinners. Like,
yeah, I'm taking the $1 million.
Right.
The hood needs some real motherfucking human resources, money to fund nonprofits that's ready to do the real work. No, just some turkey drives and shit. We need people that can communicate. Also, not people who've never endured any hardship.
Right.
Now, I have not a bone to pick, but I'm curious, right? Do you feel like it has to be people who have endured these hardships alone that can really provide for the community in its full extent of like not only the material that's given, but the hardship or the feeling?
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's like, bro, you gotta. So the reason why I said that was because Cuomo was talking about the violence in New York, right? So they was talking about the violence in New York City, and like every day you seeing I'm talking about young kids, bro. Teenagers, babies murdering people and getting murdered. You know what I'm saying? Like young and they're 20 years old. And not that things like that has never transpired, but it's just happening more now than ever. And people was like, and I started going off on a little tangent because he said something about like, oh yeah, we're going to get more jobs. And I'm like, oh bro, see, it's people that agree with me and it's people that don't agree with me. It's not just a job. It's not just get a job, right? There's deep-rooted issues and deep-rooted problems that's going on in our neighborhoods that have been going on for years.
Yeah.
For years, bro. For years. I'm talking about like, it's people who, it's generations. I've seen the generation prior to me, people die and go to prison. I seen my generation die and go to prison. I seen the generation under me die and go to prison. I'm watching the generation under them die and go to prison. And then I'm watching the teenagers under that generation right now. You're not gonna fix this shit by saying, hey y'all, we got summer, because that's what he said, summer jobs. Summer is 2 months, right?
Right. Is it?
Summer is 2 fucking months, bro. It's 2 months in New York City. It's 2 months.
Oh yeah, 1 year, yeah.
2 months, bro. This shit is over
by September.
After 4th of July. It's pretty much downhill after that,
yeah.
right? So, cause school don't start in September no more. When I was a kid, school started in September. We got out in June. School ain't start till like September 10th or some shit like that, right? Now they getting out in June. They starting in August, right?
Which is wild.
So people started asking me, well, what's your solution? I don't have no fucking solution. That's not my profession. That's not my profession. I'm just telling you because I know people who've lost people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've lost people. You can't, fortunately enough, I'm in a position where I'm not going through the things that these kids is going through on a daily basis. A lot of them ain't got mothers. They ain't got fathers either. A lot of them only got grandmothers. A lot of them only got uncles or aunts. If that, a lot of them are in foster care. A lot of them is going through a lot of different things. A lot of them are spoiled. A lot of them don't know how to deal with their own emotions. These is all things that need to be addressed before you get in a room for a job. You ain't just going to tell me that we just going to give them something to do. Most of these kids, they so fucked up that they can't even see the job as an opportunity. They'll just look at it as what you going to give me. How much money am I getting?
Right.
And if they not going to get more money than whatever it is that they fucking doing or not right now, they not going to do it. Because a lot of people in these neighborhoods don't want to work. These are the issues that we don't address. You feel me? I grew up in the Bronx and I grew up in Harlem. And I got family in Brooklyn. I got family in Queens. I know people in Jersey in the hood and Philly and Miami and Atlanta and LA. And it's all the same. Poverty do not discriminate.
Nope.
So what I'm saying is that, yes, we need human resources. The same way how when you're facing things in your job and you feel uncomfortable and you can go to somebody and you can talk to them and they try to supposedly conflict resolution and all of that. We need that in the hood, right? That's why I'm saying, like, that's the government's job to provide that. The thing is that we got to start seeing a little bit in ourselves, because if we invest in ourselves and we make ourselves better, that's how we get their bread. We need to use other people's money in order to thrive.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen specifically off of us just getting up and saying, you know what? I ain't going to rob nobody today because I want a job. Because if I'm robbing 3-4 people a week and I'm making money off that, that's what I'm going to do.
Right.
That's my nature, essentially. If I'm selling drugs in my neighborhood, I don't give a fuck about who I'm hurting because I'm making money. I know I'm not going to hurt at night.
That's the hustle.
But if I want to get out of that, I need some resolution. I need some checking within me. That's what I meant by that tweet. We need some human resources in the hood.
Then who do you appoint to human resources?
We appoint people. You have to, first of all, you have to appoint educated people. You have to appoint educated people. But it can't just be any educated person.
Right.
It has to be educated people who understand these people. You understand? Why you ever seen that white dude, or I don't know if he was white or Spanish, but he went to Sentinelese Island off the shores of India that has been untapped for 50,000 years, and it's a tribe of people who live there. They don't have no electricity. They don't have no nothing.
Right.
Right? This island has been deemed, even because India just said, leave them alone, right? Yeah, they killed his ass. They killed him.
I did not see that coming.
They shot him right through the heart with an arrow. You want to know why? You know what he wanted to do? This white man wanted to go there and tell them that they needed to accept Jesus as they needed to accept Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior. And he wanted to go there. He wanted to go there and be, I feel like he's saying that he wanted to go there and teach these people religion. No, you wanted to go there and be the man. That's what you wanted to do. But you know what? You want to know why they won't accept you? You're not one of their people.
Right. I mean,
you can't tell them. No, for real, bro. There's a real lesson in this shit because it's only been a couple times that people have gone there. Bro, these people, helicopters have flown over that island and they shot at the helicopters with arrows. That tells you about how those people think.
Yeah, and they're not about it.
They don't want you in there, right? So what you think? So I'll just say this. Take that and let's apply that construct to the hood. You think that you could, that's why we have so much problems with the police.
Right.
Because you appoint police in our neighborhoods that don't know how to don't know no conflict resolution because they ain't never seen a situation where two people was just arguing and there's a little fight that broke out and you could diffuse the shit very quickly.
Yeah. Without any harm's way.
If you don't come with so much aggression, if you talk a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't just take some white lady who got a fucking degree in whatever the socionomic, whatever that shit is, and say, oh, I know how the human mind works, and she ain't never been in the projects. You're not going to you can't get nobody to, yo, bro, if you never lived in I lived in the projects for many years. All my kids was born into the projects. You can't tell me nothing about living in the projects if you ain't never lived there and experienced that shit for yourself, because it's an experience. So, in a nutshell, that's what I meant in that tweet.
Noted.
Feel me?
I really do not want to see black versions of white shows.
Right.
Just make a new show that's totally unrelated. Would you feel the same way? You probably do. About when people conceptualize the idea of like, let's do Black Superman.
Yes and no.
Because that's usually
there was a Black Superman though. There was a Black Superman in the comics.
They mean like
the actual Superman. I get that, but I'm just saying. See, this is why we can't. So look, right? The reason why I said that is because, bro, they had a fucking and that's not even the Black Superman. There was another Black Superman who was Superman died. That shit happened when I was in the 5th grade. I still have the comic book.
Calvin Ellis?
Huh? I don't know his name, but I just remember when Superman died, everybody was like, go buy that fucking comic book, and I bought it when I was in the 5th grade. I still have it to this day, right? And Superman died, but his spirit went into 5 different people.
Do you remember what issue that is?
I don't.
That's fine. Mm-hmm.
But just look up Superman's death. 1990 something. 1992. Yep.
Superman, there you go.
Yep, that's the comic.
Yeah,
I got that.
This, yeah.
I got that comic.
Wow.
Yep. So what I'm saying, bro, fuck Superman. The reason why I said that is because they showed a black version of the Wonder Years. I don't want to see a black version of the Wonder Years.
That's what I'm saying. People don't like the idea of I'm not talking about, when I say Black Superman, I'm not trying to say the character that is Black Superman. I'm talking about making Clark Kent black.
Yeah, but what happens when they want to make T'Challa white?
Right.
Because that's going to happen. And we keep playing, which I don't, certain shit I don't, because Nick Fury is white.
Mm.
But Samuel Jackson is Nick Fury. Right? But Nick Fury is also not an A-list Marvel character.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Even though Samuel
he was involved in everything. He's not Spider-Man.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So it's I don't want to see a fucking Black Wonder Years. I'm just keeping it a band.
Is there any other show that you might want to see with Black cast?
Because Wonder Years, real quick, Wonder Years is a classic show.
Mm.
I don't feel you know what would really help equality when it comes to black people in America? If they gave us a Black Wonder Years.
See, that's that, and that's what I'm saying. There's no, I don't. It's a weird ass equation to do that, but that it makes me wonder how that gets greenlit.
I feel like, bro, I feel like a lot of this shit is just white people tap dancing to appease black people, and that's not what we want. You know what I want? I want to see new laws for the shit that white people do. How they weaponize themselves and their fear. You know what I mean? How white people are able to weaponize their fucking fear to convict black people of crimes, which that's what happened to Emmett Till. Yeah, shit like this.
This is what. So that was because as soon as you said what's happening in the world, this is the first thing I thought about. I'm so glad you reminded me.
Yeah,
All right. Well, this clip is gonna.
I want to see stop and frisk for white people.
This is gonna be.
Yeah, stop white people with duffel bags, man.
This is the freaky shit, and this is where also this clip went viral weeks back, right? So there's this viral clip that went on with this white woman goes to a Victoria's Secret, right?
Yeah.
In the Victoria's Secret, I guess she has an altercation with some woman, right? And then ultimately what happens is that she starts freaking out, right? And she tried to hit the woman who was recording. And then she started playing victim.
Yeah.
Right? Which I'll show the clip real quick.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
What the fuck?
So this woman's going crazy.
You keep lying saying I'm threatening you.
Yeah.
So I'm recording to protect myself.
She's going crazy.
Like, you're a fucking adult.
Yep.
You're an adult.
This is an adult doing this. And for the people who are
Because
watching
she knew
on
she
YouTube,
fucked up.
yeah.
She knew she fucked up.
The people who aren't watching this on YouTube, there's a white woman on the floor of Victoria's Secret freaking the fuck out. Right? So, with this scenario, there's something that's freaky about this, right? I mean, not the white, let's take the white woman part out of this. A grown adult screaming like that on the floor.
No, let's keep the white woman in it.
Fuck
Let's
it.
Keep it. Yeah.
There's white women on the floor screaming like that.
Yeah.
Because I'll even correlate that to something else that I saw on TikTok.
If a black woman does that, they're gonna lock her the fuck up.
Easy.
They're gonna lock her up.
This
if a black woman
this video is
acted
a
like
minute
that,
19. I can't believe they let her freak out for even longer than that. I'm sure.
You said what?
This video is a minute 19. Like,
May?
A minute 19.
Oh,
So
right,
it's
a minute 19, right.
Right, and this is part 2 that said on the thing.
Right.
Right? The thing that freaks me out, that's funny. The thing that freaks me out, right? White woman crying TikTok. I don't know if you saw this, right? So there was a trend that was setting, and only white people could do this shit. There was a trend setting, right, where it was women crying on cue, right? Women crying on cue, and then they'll you'll see in a second, right? They're crying, they're crying,
And
they're
then
crying,
stop.
and then they stop. And they make it like a kind of, not a sexy thing, but they make it kind of a,
Yeah, that's
Well,
I'm disturbed. That is not sexy.
this, right? Which is, well, even if you look at the top one,
Yeah.
right? She got that smirk on shit. That shit is so fucked up.
No, but bro, this is what I'm saying. Look, listen. You know, when it comes to equality, this is what I'm saying. I want to see y'all treat them the way you treat us. I want to see, follow these motherfuckers, profile them, treat them how you treat us. That's equality. Give them the same laws that you give us, the same sentences, because you don't. All of this shit, bro, end of the day, this is a grown-ass woman. You're a grown adult acting like a fucking child because you knew that you did something wrong. You feel me?
In the first video, which is not captured the exchange that sparked the conflict between the woman, appeared to charge at Yukenta, which is the woman who was holding the phone in the video. Then the woman lies in a fainting position on the store's floor near the cash registers and begins to scream and sob.
Bro, let me tell you how I lost a job one time, almost. I was working at Pfizer Pharmaceuticals, right? I was working at Pfizer Pharmaceuticals in the mailroom there. This is 2005, right? 2005 or 2006. Might be 2006.
16, 15 years ago.
Right. 2006. This lady, she usually leaves her mail upright in her mail bin, right? She usually leaves it upright. But today she left it turned, right? She left it turned this way. So I walked by and I the evening prior and I forgot to take it.
Okay.
So the next day I go to this lady. Well, I go to the mail bin. I'm doing my route and she's like, "You left my mail." Look, this is what I'm saying, bro. Like, white people feel like they above black people, bro. First of all, they feel like they're above anybody. But the way she was talking to me, at this time, I'm 20, I think I'm 22 going on 23. I think I'm 22 going on 23. I might be 23.
A grown man, nevertheless.
Yeah. But at the same time, I'm being a grown man, I'm still like very young.
Yeah.
Like you'll notice, like, you're 26. You'll notice how young 23 was for you when you're 35. You'll be like, oh, you're a fucking baby.
I feel that. Okay.
Look, this white lady, she takes and she's like, She's blacking on me, bro, like going crazy. You left my mail. It's gonna be late. I apologize. I said, miss, you know what? I apologize. Usually you leave your mail upright. I didn't see it and I didn't take the time to look. I apologize. I'm gonna get it out right now. No, because she's yelling, bro. I'm talking about yelling. You know what I said? I said, you know what? You have a nice day. And I walk off. I finish my mail route. I go downstairs. When I go downstairs, my manager says to me, he says, yo, what did you do? Look, bro, look real quick. He says to me, look at my eyes, bro. He like, Wayne, what did you do upstairs? I said, excuse me? He like, yeah. The lady, I told him exactly what I told you just now.
Yeah.
How I apologized for leaving her mail the night prior, but she started yelling at me and I wasn't going to be yelled at. Like, she's not my mother. You know what I'm saying? Like,
which is why, I mean, even I know you were young, but this is why I'm saying you were still a grown man nevertheless.
But look, I'm just telling how people view you in classes, bro. Like me being in the mailroom, me being a young black man, whatever. Bro, she told the building that I threatened her. Let me ask you this question, Eddin. You think anybody gave a fuck about my side of the story?
Of course not.
Do you know at that very moment, they told me to leave the building?
Wow.
Bro, no questions asked. I'm talking about no questions asked. No, nothing, bro. Nothing, looking at no cameras, nothing. That white lady told them people, she said, he threatened me. Bro, I kid you not. I promise on my soul, bro. Not that anything would happen, but I promise on my soul, bro, I did not disrespect this lady. I didn't even get loud. Because I wasn't raised to, first of all, she was an elderly lady. I wasn't raised to talk to people that's older than me disrespectfully.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I still kept that mind when I kept that in mind from the time I was a kid till I was 23 years old. Bro, this lady said that shit to me, bro. You know how fucking, she told them that I threatened her. And they said, well, Wayne, immediately, think about this, bro. I think like it was my lunch break. They said, you fired, you gotta leave. Like that. That lady was able to take the job. Mind you, I already had one kid. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no means. I was working from a temp agency there. I was making $9 an hour, bro. Ain't really have shit. But that lady could take that shit from me like that. I left the building and the lady from the temp agency that got me the job called me. And she said, Wayne, she said, are you okay? And I was like, I didn't know what to say. I was just like, So she said, don't worry about it. We resolved the issue. I'm like, what happened? Let me tell you what this lady says. She tells them like, well, he isn't going to be fired or anything, is he? And they like, why wouldn't we fire him if he threatened you? She said, well, you know, he shouldn't be fired. You told these people. So at that point, they had went through all the corporate protocols to get me out of the building. So I can't go back in that building, but it was, where Pfizer is at, it's 3 buildings. So what they did was they transferred me. It was another like manager that was like, yo, I'll take him over at my building. And he took me over at that building. But think about that, bro. In a millisecond of a misunderstanding and me as a young kid,
Say that shit again. A misunderstanding.
A misunderstanding.
Not a conflict, not theft.
Not that.
Nothing.
No, bro. It was regular mail. It was regular mail. It wasn't overnight express. It was regular mail, bro. Fuck that bitch. Like, fuck her.
And her degree.
And her family, and her job. Fuck her. Bro, that bitch really got me fired, bro. But that's what fucked her up. Because she called and she panicked because she knew that she was wrong. You know what I'm saying? But by the time she realized she was wrong, it was too late. They was like, yo, Wayne got to go. He has to get out of this building. Because you threatened somebody. Fuck, I look like, man, yo, let me not say that because there's people stupid enough to do some shit like that. But me as a fucking black man that got I had all these tattoos when I was 23, bro. All of this shit. 23 years old, I know that I have an intimidating look. I ain't gonna be threatening no fucking white people. They gonna send my ass to jail. But that bitch took my job just like that. And I probably make 50, 60 times what I make then. If that. More than that. But see, think about that, bro. Me being a young kid, coming from the hood, you know what I could have did? It goes back to the conversation we just was having. I could have went right back to my block and been on some bullshit. Cause it's easy to get in the bullshit in the hood.
100%.
I could have been right back on my block doing some bullshit, into some bullshit, like, yo, fuck this shit. I'm not never gonna be something.
What'd you do afterwards then? What'd you do right after that?
Oh, they basically told me I could have the rest of the day off, so I went home. I went and seen my moms. I went and saw my moms. I went and saw my mother, and then I went home that night, and they just was like, yo, this was like, I think it was like the middle of the week. It was like a Wednesday or something, so they was like,
It would be a Wednesday.
yeah, so they just was like, being that they already got me out of that building and they got to go through stuff to put me in the other building, they just was like, you going to start next week at your other building. I mean, but yeah,
That's not crazy.
white people, bro, they weaponize. That's what I'm saying, bro.
But that's what I'm saying, even with that TikTok meme, that was troublesome.
Yeah, that shit ain't funny.
And all that. And then it was interesting to see this shit with they call her the Victoria's Secret Karen. It's interesting to see that pop off because it's kind of like, well, it's not. Am I bugging that? That's not surprising to me that some shit like this is happening?
Bro, Emmett Till.
Oof.
Emmett Till.
Whistling.
Emmett Till, bro.
Whistling. Just for whistling.
Listen, whether he did or didn't.
Whether he did or didn't.
Because he didn't. He didn't. He didn't whistle at the lady. Remember, you know when that white lady said that he didn't whistle on her deathbed. Fuck that bitch. I don't care if she dead.
That's crazy.
Bro, she waited till she was a damn 80-something years old. They murdered a child, bro. And you seen they said his mother kept his casket open. Cause she said, I want y'all to see. But think about that. Think about that, bro. A kid, bro. She was a kid when it happened, but that was a kid. They killed this kid because they said that he whistled at a white woman, bro. She told him that he whistled at me. And they murdered him and threw him in a fucking river. And you know what the crazy thing about everything that's going on now? All right, the George Floyd shit happens and everybody's like, oh, we didn't know that white people, like, it's white people that act like, I didn't know that they was doing shit like that. What fucking planet y'all live on? Y'all know y'all history. Don't erase none of that shit. That's why, like, yo, I'm gonna keep it 100, bro.
Yeah. History
was always my favorite subject in school. Always, because, and it always need to be taught. Don't hide nothing from these children. No, they need to know how people is. Cause you know what? Anytime a black person do anything, you know what they want to say? Oh, they animals, they this, they that. Y'all kill each other all the time. So what's the big deal about us killing y'all? That's how they think, bro. No, that's how they really think. So no, tell them about their history. Tell them about how they have a history of harming everyone. Everyone.
I'd like to think that by now they changed a lot in the school education system, even though I don't know if you know
they
this.
stopped telling.
Well, I was going to tell you, there's some states that it's almost banned to kind of even hit the junction of black history and civil rights and everything.
But they don't even tell the true history of black history, bro.
Now, let me tell you this. I'll be so real. As a child growing up, it's like, you know, you hear Thanksgiving. Christopher Columbus, dude was trying to go to India, went to the States. Man. Even the idea of when, like, now as an adult, I know better. But, you know, the idea of Columbus discovering America.
Bringing herpes to America.
Mutilating. What's it? Mutilating.
Yeah.
Killing.
Bro, listen.
Tons
they was
of
all
natives.
Savages back there. Listen. We talk about us being savage. That's why I can't adapt. I can't adapt that mentality, bro. Like, I can't adapt the mentality for me. Because there was a point in time in my life where growing up where I grew up, you think that, like, hurting somebody makes you a man, right? Like in my neighborhood, a lot of people took pride in violence. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people took pride in violence and, like, having a reputation for being a block that people can't walk through. Or having the reputation for being an area that, like, is known for not playing and all that other childish shit, right? Like, knowing everything I know now, I can't just be having problems to have problems, bro.
Well, not with your responsibilities, and I'm not even talking about work. I'm talking about it's my family.
But my family, but even the social responsibility I carry as just a man, bro. Like, I cannot. I remember one time it was this kid. when I was in high school and he had his hair. Like that's when I grew up. Like when I was in high school is when everybody started getting braids. Like everybody's getting braids again now, but it was like that's when everybody started getting braids. And like I was looking at this kid's hair, and like he was walked by me, and then he turned around. He was so mad that I was like, "What you looking at?" I couldn't. I made up something to say because I didn't want to tell him I was looking at his hair, but I had braids, and I wanted to get a similar hairstyle. But like my own pride wouldn't permit me to say that I was looking at his braids. You know what I'm saying? And his pride made him feel like nobody got the right to look at me. To look at you?
That's instant action.
To look at you? You know how many people have lost their lives over looking at somebody?
Yeah.
Bro? So that's why we need human resources, bro. We need people, and we got to stop looking at entertainers, because that was another part of the conversation. Somebody's like, yo, if you don't feel entertainers, just because a motherfucker make a song that make you sing and dance don't mean that they have the social intelligence, or the social can build a social construct just because they making money, or can do any of that shit that can help people. Now, money is one resource, but no, there's tons of people who do the work in the communities that we don't champion the way we champion these artists. Where back in the day, they was championing a Huey P. Newton, a Fred Hampton, you know what I mean? Different people in these different neighborhoods that organized and built things for our people to be able to say, let's carry the torch and take care of ourselves and police ourselves and build ourselves and feed ourselves and protect ourselves and protect our women and protect our kids. And, you know, all the other shit is just a plan of destruction that helps the judicial system, the law enforcement system. We booming business, man. Yo, people in the hood is booming business. We gonna keep the homicide detectives with a new raise. We keeping them, we keep them in them seats. We gonna keep them funeral homes filled. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep them funeral homes filled. We're gonna keep the DEA, we're gonna keep the FBI going. Wanna know why? Because we not looking at ourselves and just saying, we ain't gotta do this. We could do something else. Not enough of us is looking at that. Feel me? Hate to get all deep and shit, but
No, I mean,
you know, it's just real shit, bro. It's like I know it because I deal with it every day, bro. Everybody, they see them billboards and I answer 4 calls from prison a week. You know what I'm saying? Like from people who could have made a different decision in a millisecond. Little this much. Now you're gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hopefully, what we do at Hear Me Out, not only do we talk about music and life and aliens and comic books, but bring awareness. My responsibility is to bring awareness, bro. Because if we ain't aware, they just keep pulling that wool over our eyes. Feel me?